question for you. Why? Why? There's an entire con and 4 other buildings with, like, people and crap.
You're fabulous!
I know. It's my curse and burden to bear. But this is seriously, like, so the way this works is if I don't joke about this, I will kind of be reduced to kind of tears of gratitude because I don't know how to properly process positivity. And so from the bottom of my heart, I don't know how long some of you were waiting in line, but I gotta thank you so much, especially to the Splash Zone, because we are experimenting with a new format today. You need to know a couple things. One, my name's Uncle Yo. I'm a nerd-specific stand-up comedian. I used to do anywhere from 15 to 25 was my maximum. Weekend-long conventions, anime conventions, library mini conventions. I did that for 10 years. I did over 100 shows, and at one point, I tried to excel more and find a way to make a living out of doing it. And the problem with a plateau is you don't know that you're on one until you try to go a little bit higher. So I decided I will officially retire, because in the absence of me not doing every con, more new fun programming would come up. That's the whole point of a firestorm or a forest fire, is that old stuff eventually gets moved out. And had I known it would be this popular, I would have done what Congress does and just keep its fossils in their freaking congressional seats until they dissolve from Indiana Jones or Ocasio-Cortez opening the Ark of the Covenant. Be gone, old white men! Free men! So you need to know a couple of things. One, this is my only stand-up show in 2019 because, as I said, I retired at the end of 2017. And Tora-Con said, you know, your spouse is alumni, we feel like your family, we'd always love to have you come back, you're too kind and generous. I have friends in this area, obviously. I see a lot of you that I recognize from Tora-Con and Tora-Con over the years. It's like family, and I politely said, that's very kind of you, I'll step out. And they said, we will pay for your dinner at Dinosaur Barbecue, and I said, God damn you. Starts. One, this is my only stand-up show of the year. Two, you kept asking the staff to bring me back. The staff kept asking me to come back. So this is all your fault. Thirdly, I have not read this material out loud, nor have I submitted it for the approval of RIT Campus. So whatever comes out of my mouth is your fault. And there are at least 2 ladies in this audience who I think that's quite literal. If I'm recognizing you, yes or no, we're moving on. You think marriage takes you off the market? When you are a live performer and you are handed, first off, anything that you write is fan fiction until someone hands you money, even if it's to stop writing. Because now you're just a legitimate artist. When you are a full-time performing artist, there are 2 parts of your psyche. One of them is the dog. The dog, and mine's like a big, drooly, stupid English bulldog. The dog is your excitement. The dog is happy to meet the crowd. The dog has tricks that it wants to show, and it wants pets, and it wants attention. And the dog's gonna get up there, and it's gonna sit, it's gonna roll over, it's just gonna perform for treats. It's just gonna perform for you. It loves meeting new people. That is your skill. That is the dog. Sometimes it's on a long leash and goes all over the place. Sometimes you keep it nice and tight and short because it's a very well-trained dog. And sometimes, like Robin Williams, you just strap a rocket ship to the side of it and say, go. Where's the dog now? Alternatively, when you first get started, there's also the monkey. You don't and can't see the monkey, but the monkey is your self-doubt. The monkey is your inexperience. The monkey is everything that, like, your father said, don't do it. This is a bad idea. They're gonna laugh for the wrong reason. I'm blanking on her name. Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Judy Garland. Every single time she would get on stage, she would leave stage to thunderous applause saying, because before she went on stage, she always told herself, tonight is the night that someone finds out and realizes, I'm no good. Judy fucking Garland would think that to herself. So that is the monkey. Now the dog will sometimes bark louder than the monkey. We'll drown out the monkey. We'll do better tricks than the monkey can, because the monkey's just content to stay on your back and like choke you. They're never gonna laugh again. The dog will never, however, eat the monkey. No matter how many times you ask it to. Dog does not eat the monkey. I'm not a biologist. That's just fact. I work in hospitality, I work in restaurants. I have most of my life, and at an incident about 2 months ago, there's this young kid, like 18-year-old kid. He's a good kid. Let's put it that way. People will show up to work, he'll carry and lift whatever you tell him to carry and lift, but it's not. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. But he shows up to work, and we don't have a state costume. It's just jeans, black t-shirt. If you can pull that off, you can work in the restaurant industry. He shows up for work one Friday night, and we're about to get slammed. It's right before a holiday. He shows up right before work, and I can smell it when he enters the room, and I look over, and before he even clocks in, say, what is that all over your jeans? All over your jeans. What is that? And he looks down and goes, oh yeah, that's goat diarrhea. I'm not a biologist. I know what a goat is. I have been to a farm. I'm vehemently aware of what diarrhea is. I grew up eating Pizza Hut. I assume at some point, like, animals can have conditions, but goat diarrhea. I have never heard so casually, like, oh, it's a hangnail. What time is it? Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Oh, it's goat diarrhea. You work in a restaurant where there's food. Didn't you realize during the half-an-hour drive to work at some point, because this was not dried, all right? This wasn't like wheat old. This was like thumbprint. This was rampant goat diarrhea. And it wasn't a small spatter either. It wasn't like, oh, baby's got an upset tummy. It was, oh, she was pregnant. Get the towel. Oh, the afterbirth is huge. I am not a biologist. But if someone so much as sneezes on me, and I'm a New Yorker, we are this close to strangers on the subway. If I were a woman, I would slap men with paternity suits. Okay, sweet, all right? All right, we're very close to each other. I've been sneezed on. I've had someone like Spider-Man nostril spray throw me to get to the window. And I have gone, like any sane human being, at least, I have never been covered in barnyard feces. I assume my reaction would be, oh no! Move the goat away! But no! This kid, whom I interviewed twice and hired, reaction was, oh, I'm gonna be late for work. I'm gonna sit down in my car, drive to work where I handle food, and we'll deal with the goat diarrhea on God's schedule. What's he gonna do? He's gonna go, all right, someone had the chicken quesadilla, thank you so much, and who had the chimichangas? All right, can I get you guys anything else, extra napkins? Do you want another beer, sir? Do you, I'm sorry, what? Oh, you noticed. Oh, there's this barn. And I said, go home, change your pants. Pants without goat diarrhea on them. He went home, and an hour later I called, because it's Friday night, we're getting slammed. Where are you? Oh, apparently, he drove back home with goat diarrhea sent him home. Proceeded to play Fallout 4. And forget to come back to work. I don't feel good telling you this story because that boy is my nephew. But I also don't feel bad telling you that story because he is my nephew. There it is. It is a bad TV skit. Lowered expectation. And if he gets upset and says, Uncle Yo, why'd you embarrass me? Why'd you tell me stories about that? Why didn't you wipe up the goat shit from your pants? How was the skip, the joke? And my family skips out all the time, all the time. I've taken my mother to see almost every Marvel movie, and at the end of Infinity War, there's a scene that my mom laughed at out of nowhere in the car. Remember that scene where the guy said, get this man a shield, and it's Captain America who always has a shield? Yep, I remember that from the end of the movie. Who was that said that? Well, the black guy in the black costume with the panther-shaped head who was the star of the movie Black Panther that I took you to see 2 months ago? Yeah, no clue, Spider-Man. My mother has no capacity for narrative structure, which as someone who grew up in comic books, anime, TV series, like narrative structure is how I see the world. Understanding empathy, I get that through characters. I get that through the weirdness. Like if I'm going to understand empathy and that transgender people are just fucking people first, I understand that by watching Steven Universe. I'm not going to get it from the Bible. Bible make no sense. But good old Mumsy. Okay, all right. Trivia. Which is the movie described by, and I quote, the movie where the man was sad and had hair? That is correct. Thor Ragnarok. You're right. That is Thor Ragnarok. That is what she is locked into. I understand. You guys think what's about to happen. You really don't. Darth Maul, she's way up there. She's way up there. Not the brother with the white chick, but she's right down there. She's right down there, Darth Maul. That's your friend. Okay. Yes. No. Oh, you're walking away. You are walking away. Is there another Darth Maul? Are you that mad about Obi-Wan? Exciting incident. Don't you back like this. I know it's just a symptom. I get that part of you thinks you can trust me. Never trust someone older than you in the creative services. That's how we got Neon Genesis Evangelion. Don't just say, give us more. This is what you're going to get. It will be spattered upon you like, all right, here's a list of new anime you didn't know you wanted. A romance set in a high school full of kids who specialize in competitive cat tower construction. Sounds fun. A magical girl anime voiced entirely by Terry Crews. I would just set up a GoPro and sell that. That would be phenomenal. An idol anime where every girl is a manifestation of a different Nicolas Cage. Here's a twist on an old classic, a giant robot show where I give a shit about the characters. Lovely change of pace. A sports anime about professional Elvis impersonating, frisbee golf, or the whitest sport of all, backtracking racist tweets. An anime where teenagers are trapped in an MMO run on a dial-up modem. The only show that would run slower than .hack sign. An anime where teenagers are trapped in an MMO made by EA Games that cancels itself halfway through the first episode. Oh shit, forgot that. So last year, the last time I did stand-up comedy was last year with you guys. This is the final album that you're in, if you were at that show. Fun, right? Yeah. No spelling errors. My widow's peak is photoshopped out. And I'm not covered in goat diarrhea. An anime about teenagers trapped in an MMO published by Ubisoft, so Crunchyroll can charge you per episode. A reverse hentai series, wait for it, where humans invade the planet of the tentacle monsters. So it's Starship Troopers, but everybody's in bikinis. I want to meet the Eren Yeager of this shonen series. I was out back, learning to juggle, and one of the balls fell into a gopher hole, and I tried getting it with one arm, then 2 arms, then 3 arms, and then from around the mountains they came. Their ships, and one landed, grabbed my mom, and did what with her hands? Did he think to wash them first? No! No! Not mom! Don't sit on her head! She can't breathe if you do that! They're eating us! Oh no! They're eating us! Stop! Don't eat my mom! And I looked at my 3 tentacles in one hole and thought, vengeance. What if we are the monsters in the tentacle hentai? What if they're just trying to go about their day, and we show up and just swallow them? Seems like a mean thing to do to a passerby, don't you think? Well, I need to ask, what the hell Attack on Titan? I don't know either. It's a bit of a big switch, Attack on Titan. You watch Attack on Titan and you think, ooh, giant, naked Scandinavian people who are cannibals. Clearly stoned out of their mind. They look like ravers Sunday morning at a con. Put anything in your mouth for hydration's sake. You think it's a take on the zombie apocalypse. Ah, but they tricked you, it is not. Then you think it's steampunk. Oh, this must be steampunk. Look at this, it's like a European town, but ah, they lied to you. It is not steampunk at all. And then by the time Levi shows up, you think this is the gayest pile since, and you are absolutely right. But they take an approach in the 2nd season intro, which is just as intense as the 1st season intro. The 2nd season intro is even more intense, and to show the predation of nature, they show a montage of things being eaten. So titans eating people, a lizard eating a fly, a shark eating a seal, a Republican eating a poor person, a cop eating a black kid. Just, natural predation. Backtrack that tweet, now it's a sport. But at one point, they show just a montage of the horror of the world of Attack on Titan with these red fireflies, I guess is like the soul or something, the nature of predation. And they show this montage of these monsters charging across, devouring the souls of mankind. And I want to break this image down for a little bit, because this is a international action anime. This does not happen in anything. This doesn't even happen in the damn Netflix adaptation. I want to go over some natural predators. This is the Beast Titan. Really hairy dude, nice ass. I call him the Greek Titan, too hairy dude to exist. Big guy, obviously, eats people. Titan, yes, predator. That makes sense. The greatest predator of all time, kind of, if you're Jeff Goldblum, the T-Rex. Yes, that makes sense. Big sharp teeth. Na 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 chomp na. That makes sense. That makes sense. This, not really a carnivore. This is an elephant. I'm not a biologist. But one would think, if a pachyderm wants to get violent, wants to get some payback for the ivory trade, you know what? Let him have it. The more big, angry animals, the better. Up here is a whale, which is not an animal that flies. If you see a whale and it's not in the water, it's in deep shit. It's usually about to suffocate because it's too damn fat to live. How is it flying? It normally eats kelp, which is or humans made of plankton? Did they trick the whale? How is it flying? What the hell, Japan? Plesiosaur makes sense. It has teeth. You can't see it, but this is a giraffe. Now, I am not a biologist, but I seem to believe and remember the only thing that a giraffe predates are leaves. Unless they're attacking the Canadian team, the Maple Leafs, which would be tragic for everyone's sake. And they're like, giraffe, get the hockey players. But the giraffe has no knockouts on the parts! Oh, but you're scared now! What else is predacious? Flying, yes. Murder of the sea of old. Murder of the land of old. Ducky from the land before time. Again, no teeth. It would have been scarier if they had goddamn Littlefoot. What are you? Stop it. This is the guy who shows up to the party and you just let him go because you're short-staffed and damn the goat diarrhea anyway. You need the hands on the floor. You make a critical decision. Too autobiographical. I see. We're moving on. I got into this show a few years ago. Check your schedules. What is in this room at 9 p.m.? Is anything in this room at 9 p.m. or is it there like a half an hour gap and then the next thing starts at 9:30? This is going to take a while. Now, when you grow up watching cartoons, I'll call them that, and then you discover anime, consequences, deep moral philosophies, Trigun, violence, consequence, a continuing narrative. This is the thing that I like now. Anime goes up on this pedestal, cartoons are down here. And then JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on a brand new pedestal, and you don't even know why. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is the most appropriately named anime I have ever goddamn seen. There are anime named after a main character who is on screen every single frame of the show. None of them are as well named as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because every still frame you take of this show, imagine if someone just walks in and asks what you should never ask. What's happening? Context will not help you here. You expose people to JoJo's the same reason you share a garbage plate with a friend. Not because you love them and want them in the know, but because you need to share your suffering with them. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is so gay it makes RuPaul look like Mike Pence. By being so overtly masculine, it makes Mike Pence look like RuPaul. The biggest lie of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is that this developer, this man named Araki, there's several codes as you prepare to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay, in JoJo's, when you get to like season 3 out of 8, everyone has a stand, like their persona. Look, if you get one, it's Digimon. If you get more than one, it's Pokemon. All right, so everyone's got their Digimon that like grows up, and they're the only ones that can see the powers affecting, and the powers. No sense. I mean, I'm talking about like problem solving in a way that supersedes the fact that there's even a conflict. Okay? You can't make my hand heavy, I'll make a tree! You can't poison me with pasta, I'll punch the plate! You can't make me feel sad, I'll shove a bird in your mouth! It's problem solving like throwing a Molotov cocktail into a daycare. It doesn't really handle the first problem, but hey, fire. If you are an animal in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and a foot touches you, you will explode. Those are the rules of JoJo. If you are just a regular douchebag with like a shop and a job, you are dead. If you show your tongue, you are dead. And also, You are a 15-year-old schoolboy no matter what. This is a 15-year-old schoolboy next to another 15-year-old schoolboy. These are 15-year-old schoolboys from England, pre-Mad Max, we don't know. This 15-year-old schoolboy. 15-year-old schoolboy. Ignore the man titties and the scars. 15-year-old schoolboy. 15-year-old schoolboy. JoJo's. And then you need to know, no one talks like these people. No one dresses like these people. This is series 5? Series 5? Okay, 5. Right. Golden shower. No. Golden experience. Okay. No one dresses like this. No one says, I need to wear more zippers than a gimp in a Tarantino film. Dress accordingly in a JoJo series. First off, you have the same body type as the other anorexic models next to you. Second of all, no one stands like this. Third of all, how are you going to decorate yourself? First off, wear a bunch of letters with your name to proudly show like you're a rapper from the 90s that hasn't caught on yet. Bunch of charms, mathematical symbols if you can find them. Basic, or like do what Dio did and just reach into a box of Lucky Charms. And despite being a 300-year-old megalomaniac vampire, I'll put a heart right above the balls. I'll put a star here, hearts, stars, and horseshoes, globes, and blue moons, buttons, golden rainbow, and the red balloon. I'm scared. You thought there'd be a punchline, but it was me, Dio. When I say fashion, all of my nouns are in parentheses because Fugo. Pull on a shirt! Why are you wearing a tie? Next to your grody, sweaty, thinking skin. You live in Italy. It's 70 degrees in the winter. Put on an undershirt. Put on some deodorant. I need my biceps to breathe better. And your feet too. You bought matching shoes of green Swiss cheese and cut holes into your shoes. You go to Venice full of water and you got holes in your shoes so you can breathe better. Fugo does jack or shit during the series. Fugo! Get a pair of pants. What are you doing? Somewhere is another outfit just covered in green circles like he's gonna audition for Rent and decide, I'm good. I'm good. I'm at the weirdest level for this guy. Fugo, put on pants. Fugo, not to shame you, put on a shirt. Fugo, please read. What are you doing? Buy a shirt. This is the perfect iteration of what watching JoJo's is, and I know you're probably asking, who is this character? What is happening? Context will not help you. JoJo's. Now, maybe as I'm getting older, I'm understanding that I could have traveled for the next 10 years making the same Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z jokes. I don't care what dragon is, it's always going to be Z. Once they hit Z, they decided, this format makes us money, so we continue, yes. I got free tickets to see the new Dragon Ball Broly movie in theaters. For free. Now, you need to know, I grew up with the original Dragon Ball movies. They are not good movies. Even if you were a fan of the show and you would suck off Piccolo just for a trip to Namek, these are not good movies. Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. Surprise, spoiler, they meet Broly. Vegeta punches him. It doesn't work. He punches Vegeta. Goku punches Broly. It is not effective. Broly punches Goku. Super effective. So Goku, out of options, punches Broly again. This time it works. Everyone goes home. They make 3 movies out of this jackass. So how do they mix it up for the new movie 20 years later? They don't! They don't do that! jack or shit. Now, in the old movies, you punch someone and that doesn't work. But now it's Dragon Ball Super, so Vegeta punches Broly, doesn't work. Then he goes blonde, punches Broly, doesn't work. Then he goes blue, punches Broly, doesn't work. Then he goes red, punches... Because every Saiyan is just their own love idol group now. I'm the red one. I'm the pink one. I'm sad. Don't fap to us, we're 15. But Goku goes through all of his hair colors because they have to be their own standing muscular princess. I didn't even get to talk about the posing at JoJo's, but there's no time because I spent too long lingering on the goat diarrhea. So, and I'm in an audience full of video gamers. You need to understand the Venn diagram between Dragon Ball Z fans and wrestler fans is a perfect circle. Oh my God. Every time a Saiyan would like do a signature move, the whole audience goes, whoa! How are you surprised? If you have ever seen or heard of Dragon Ball Z, if you have just looked over a friend's shoulder at memes, how can you ever be surprised watching anything Dragon Ball? Are you that stupid? Do you not remember Black Panther after I took you to the movies? And then bought you the soundtrack? And then took you to the other movie with Black Panther in it? That's $45 down the drain, Beth! Not to get autobiographical. How are you ever surprised? Do you go to a Rolling Stones concert and see the speakers and think, oh no, Mick Jagger's gonna start doing some stand-up? What if they come out and just start doing improv games for 3 hours? I'm not ready for that! I mean, there's a drum set and guitar on stage. What if they don't play music? Oh, thank God, they're playing the same 14 songs that they've been playing since the 1960s. Woo! I was scared of change. Oh no, AOC's getting all the heat on me. Run, son, run! AOC is my representative. And I love that memeing jerk so much. She's wonderful to me. Dragon Ball Z is just wrestling without nuance and subtlety. Okay? All wrestling began when one guy punched another guy, and a third guy yelled, "Kick his ass!" And the first two assumed the third guy was talking to both of them. I don't think two white guys have ever gotten into a fight privately without one of their girlfriends going, "Oh my God, stop! Stop fighting! Why?" The last 10 minutes of the show are going to be here. I will have earned my dinosaur barbecue. Damn it. I will no longer avoid the point, though. Okay. It's 2019. Dragon Ball Z has been around long enough, and we have had critical reshaping of maybe a beloved character within the series. I think you are aware of where, do not shy away from this. We're the generation of Harry Potter. We are the generation of anime, of Sailor Moon. We know a villain when we see one. And we know to stand up and shove them out of the circle. So I need to ask you, from the bottom of my heart, is it true? Yes or no? Yeah. Does Piccolo have a butthole? Show of hands, yes. Show of hands, no. We don't know! Canonically speaking, because like the next 5 minutes depend on the fact that maybe this Namek has an anus, because this next show would be fantastic, but I don't know. Because canonically speaking, he has said, I only need to drink water. He burns through so much energy, but does he just ingest plasma? And yet we see other Nameks on the planet Namek eating, maybe recreationally, maybe ironically, but we never know if they have a butthole and thus a digestive system. I only need to drink water. Well, aren't you a badass? Have a protein bar. I'm assuming y'all heard that part. Because Nameks have amazing regenerative abilities. We see this. Piccolo can grow, he can stretch his limbs. If like one arm gets ripped off, he just has another arm that shoots out like a Pez dispenser of biceps running down his damn ribcage. Like just arm. I need to know if he has a butthole, yes or no. Because otherwise, Goku's gonna be driving and really confused Why can I only see your cape? Oh no! And Gohan is next to him in the driver's seat like, close your mouth, Dad! Close your goddamn mouth! Don't beef on my dad, Piccolo! Don't beef on my dad! Goten's in the back like, I have no purpose being alive. I never know what's going on. I never comment on the fight. My purpose is to be shipped with trucks. Because if Piccolo is flying above Goku, about to fart on him, and concentrates hard enough, is he gonna fart, or is just another arm gonna shoot out of his crotch? Goku in the face, and then fly away. Where's the spite? Where's the love? If you could just try to fart on someone and then punch him. And if we could all do that, why would we ever stop? Entire culture would be rewritten over being able to grapple someone and then punch me in the crotch. I'm assuming, for the sake of what just happened, that if Piccolo had an anus, he would have a better idea of what to do if a goat ever emptied it on his pants. I don't know, man. Sometimes you have to wonder how the Dragon Ball universe even exists, because Earth in Dragon Ball Z only exists because, if you remember, Goku has a reverse Superman story. He's from Saiyans. They are space Huns. They are space Mongols. They send babies to planets to murder the population, and Goku doesn't, because when he was a baby, he fell down and, giant headache. Your hero, Goku, has too much brain damage to remember to cause genocide, and he's the hero. That is the point. In the newest Broly movie, they try to elicit sympathy. They show like baby rabbits, they show his daddy, man. They show his mom cutting up meat like a domestic. That's probably their neighbor. Saiyans are psychopaths. In any other universe, Saiyans would be like the Klingons to the Klingons. Look on the screen. Oh crap, turn around, go. Let the Ferengi handle them. Oh my god. Too much brain damage to cause genocide, much like our president, but moving on. It is problematic, obviously, because, look, problematic for feminists is like the word artisanal at sandwich shops. Everything is, so maybe nothing is. So maybe it is so much more worth it that rather than tearing down something you don't like, to try and build up something that you love. I will never take away the great, just barrage of programming you bastards have at your age. Okay? You guys should love the sequel series to Naruto. My Hero Academia. A story of high school kids trying to live up to the shadow of great heroes and be a force of good and change in the world. Understand, I would never take that love away from you. I would never shoot the show down. When I was your age, I kind of had this. I had a version of Teen Titans. What else have you guys got? You guys have Fairy Tail, that's great. It's a genre-breaking fantasy about a bunch of kids punching people who are not them. That's cool. Understand, at my age, I had Record of Lodoss War, also known as Matt Mercer's Wet Dream at the time. It's okay. It's okay. We can talk about it. He does not have a fist that shoots out of his butthole. No one's checked, but I'm sure. I'm sure. Now, a lot of you at the same time, I know there was a lot of hate for it, but let me tell you right now, I don't care what Shazam's gonna happen. Captain Marvel, I had this growing up. I understand the story of a lone, beautiful, blonde woman with a really awesome cat not needing approval from the goddamn men in her life to show that she's a cosmically powered superhero. I already had Gohan. I waited 10 years to do that joke. I'm so... You need to trust your emotions. You need to punch the green guy. Believe in yourself enough. Get over it and punch the green guy. Z inspired a lot of crushes and young girls, but you know what? So did Sailor Moon, and it took me at the age of 34 before I realized, now, when you're watching Sailor Moon, the butt of every joke has to be Tuxedo Mask, okay? Yes, the stock footage. Yes, they recycle footage because it's cheaper and easier. Yes, everyone's an elemental except for the love girl who has like an anal bead whip now. I'm not sure. I don't watch Sailor Moon Duckface, Sailor Moon Crystal, sorry. So I don't. We always made fun of Tuxedo Mask. Here's a guy who waits until the end of the fight to show up and tell the one blonde with the only weapon that can kill a monster, hey, remember that thing that only you can do that only works? Do that! And he throws a flower, not even something useful, like a rock. Go, do the thing. I realized that was the point. The point of Tuxedo Mask is the point that so many of us forget to do, and that is remind the people that we love they are stronger than they think. They are capable of so much more. Tuxedo Mask didn't need to be like the warrior barbarian. They had Sailor Jupiter. He didn't need to be. That was really enthusiastic. You're sitting next to a Mako too, so thanks to you. You know what you like. Someone that can handle a garbage plate and ask for more. Have you heard about JoJo's? You didn't need a cleric. You had Sailor Mars. You didn't need a brainiac or a wizard in the party. You had Mercury. You didn't need the paladin. You had Venus. Tuxedo Mask is the bard. Sometimes it's worth it. Show up and just pull up the people you love in your life. You are smarter than you know. You are stronger than you know. You have more common sense and grit than you'll ever give yourself credit for. So why didn't you pack an extra pair of pants that didn't have goat diarrhea on them? In addition to being a wedding officiant, I did a Harry Potter themed wedding for some of my members of Cosplay Burlesque. Knocked it out of the damn park. The first wedding I ever did was for two lesbian friends of mine. They did a Revolutionary Girl Lieutenant themed wedding. Now for everyone under the age of 30, watch Revolutionary Girl Lieutenant. It's smarter than all of us, and that's okay. Fencing lesbians. No one loses. I did one ceremony in a wrestling ring where the bride clotheslined the groom after throwing him against the ropes. It was so much fun. The only best thing that ever came of that was my partner, my best friend. We wake up next to each other every day, and I either smile or scream Venture Brother quotes into their face. Either way, it starts the day off right. But as I start to get longer into a marriage, I start to realize my partner is a savage, sadistic creep. I brought them to work my home haunted house, which I have worked since the age of 15. And while I go for like jump scares, they go for trauma. I jump out, ha, boo, scary clown. All right, have a great night, folks. They jump out, you'll never earn your father's respect. Your student loans have interest. That internship will get you nothing. I will not cross the line. You hear, I am doing my best not to curse. Guys, they already handed me my check. I have nothing to fear. But I won't. I will point to the line. I'll dance around it. I'll laugh at the line. I will not cross it. My partner thinks that's the starting line. Boom. Off cackling into the distance. Into the darkness, never to return. I leave this person alone with my cats almost every day. My partner would stand on the cusp of a Lovecraftian apocalypse. Cthulhu, Nyarlathotep, tentacles the size of orc clouds descending onto the universe. People's brains melting out of their ears and eyes, and they look up at all the tentacles and say, I expected more sphincters. This is a letdown. You'll never earn your Gargar is agender. Gargar is a bugbear. Gargar is the party cleric and face and a cannibal. Gargar went on an all-vegan diet, those poor halflings. Why are they called halflings? That's a species. Why aren't we called doublings? Or like dire halflings? One man's horse is another man's dire pony. Why are we lying to ourselves? Ever notice how people on your Facebook that constantly say, I have so much going on, don't? I love doing nerd-specific weddings. I have a blast with them. I get to learn about the bride and the groom, their story together. I want to convey that some way. If they want nerdy quotes, I will throw them nerdy quotes. Give them the ceremony that they deserve, because some mofos try to reinvent the damn wheel, and you shouldn't. It's half an hour before the ceremony. Ceremony's 20 minutes, cocktail hour, dinner, go home. My cousin had her wedding in her father's backyard. They took away the cocktail food. The sun went down. It was raining, and an hour later, they set up the tent 10 feet away for dinner. I was the demographic on the Statue of Liberty poem. I was cold, huddled, and hangry. There's no reason to make weddings difficult, but there should be some charm to it. And I bring this up because my youngest sister married the human equivalent of the end piece of a Wonder Bread loaf. The human equivalent of the sound, Todd. His name's not Todd. I wish it were. He'd have personality at that point. He's a boring human being, almost suspiciously so. Who are you trying to copy? He has 4 checklist salesman questions, and then he's out of conversation. If he were sold with a box of crayons, he'd be the receipt. If he were a crayon color, he'd be see-through. If he were music, he'd be a dial tone. If he were Halloween candy, he'd be a pencil and a toothbrush. If he were a video game franchise, he'd be... That's the sound of 200 buttholes going... Piccolo's out there trying to go... Where's my Yuri on Ice lanyard? I had a great follow-up to that one. All right. You get it. You're dressed as fucking Voltron. You get it. You get it. And I'll form the legs. I bet you will. It's time we lance that problem. See, you were right. I should have done the Voltron material. But 2 years ago, I got a side hustle. I am producing audiobooks for Audible.com. They are on sale. I don't do it under my name because I cornered a very valuable market where they needed male voices, and for some reason, no one was willing to take up the lead. I specifically produce homoerotica audiobooks. And I don't do it under my name. I don't even do it under Uncle Yo. I do it under my brother-in-law's name. Because one day my niece will be of Googleable age. And I want her to know her father's complicated, if nothing else. I am trying to talk them out of having a third child. Now, they're Democrats in a swing state. Normally, I'll take what I can get, but look, guys, you don't need a middle child. Taken from the middle children you will be clung to, they will be Scorpios. They do not need one. You have a perfectly capable, intelligent second child, a younger sibling, fully adjusted, and they can become a teacher, or a social worker, or one who gives counseling versus turning them into a middle child, one who needs counseling. Younger children write dissertations and books. Middle children write manifestos. I'm the middle of 7 and only boy. I can tell you everything about the sitcom Friends, and I've never watched an episode. Let me tell you everything you need to know about the sitcom gotta get better as a culture. We gotta get better about being sex positive in this culture. Oh yes. How can we be devoted to a marketing campaign of sex sells and yet not sell sex? Comfortably, intelligently, with interference, with tests, with paperwork, with assurance, with protection. We gotta do away with slut shaming and its opposite, virgin shaming too. And I know as a comedian I am shooting myself in the foot, but if it leads to an open conversation about safer, smarter sexual conduct, so be it. It'll be a fun car ride, parents. Because as it turns out, the sexiest thing you can have is consent. That should be the baseline. 15 years ago when I was in college, I tried everything. I tried being bisexual. When I wasn't, I was bi-desperate. I was willing to go red-sexual if no one was willing to lease. At least I could simulate the economy, if not myself. Hell, I was willing to barter. Full Settlers of Catan sexual. Who has brick for wood? I have wood to give. Please, I'll throw in a free sheep. She does not want to be here either. Don't ask her, I know. We need healthcare automatic. That's why we're not having kids, because we know there's no safety line. We know no one is looking out there to help. We need smarter prenatal healthcare for all the moms-to-be. Many of you would be fantastic parents if you knew you had the choice. Many of you, not so much, but that's okay. Start them off showing Sailor Moon, they can come out better adjusted. Because this brilliant experiment, this American experiment, it's barely 250 years old. It's an experiment. I say that until it ends. There are buildings in countries older than this experiment, this give or take. And it's always on the brink of ending because some white people, you know who you are, aren't smart enough to read a history book or distinguish between even non-whites and other whites. Italians used to be illegal. Irish used to be illegal. And so we piled them all in one place and said, punch it out for yourselves. We call that the purge, or as it is on a New York State map, Long Island. This American experiment continues until some white jackass, probably named Todd or Karen, calls the police on Oprah or an Obama. I just saw them going into their house, but I didn't know. At that point, when that happens, everybody turn around and go home. Experiment is done. You're done. Everybody gets on the boat and goes back to England. Every single one of us back to England. I don't care who you are, back to England all once. My parents aren't even from England. They're from, now you're going to learn to distinguish. Get on the damn boat. Get on the boat, Connor. On the boat. You didn't learn. Now you go back to England. And they love foreigners over England. You're miserable now. Wait until you don't know the language and you can't charge a damn phone properly. Drop everything and get on the boat. No more hip-hop, no R&B, no yoga. That's not yours. No avocado or quinoa or dignity. That's not yours. Get on the boat. I'm going dark. I don't care. This is, to me, a burning effigy to the fashion industry. No other face looks like you should go to sleep. Fashion models make no sense to me. The way they're shot and portrayed, they look so... No one should ever look that aroused and comatose at the same time. The fashion models always have to look... You're either about to pass out or orgasm and no in between. Pretty. Oh, pretty. I was about to boycott the internet, and then this lovely little Sweetums came along and brought me joy. He looks like Animal from the Muppets quit his hunger strike, turned around and ate Sweetums, became self-aware and needed a place for the rage to go. So he stress eats with a hotel pan full of Cheese Whiz that he just draws on his face like Braveheart. He needed to go somewhere that was like his soul, cold, dry, and it was okay to wear knives on your feet. And the babysitters, and David Bowie. I'm out of here. Good luck to you, baby. Gritty looks like some obscure holiday mascot from a rejected first draft of Nightmare Before Christmas, like Jack Skellington opens up the door. Jack, no, you gave him beer! He's right behind me, isn't he? Gritty is the face of a meth addict. One more. Face of a meth addict whom you are trying to very slowly, in an even voice, convince you that you should have the knife now. You just give me the knife, Gritty, okay? And we'll go eat whatever you want. He's right behind me, isn't he? To me, Gritty sounds like this, and I know he's so active on Twitter. I love it. But I think Gritty, as a cartoon character, would sound like this. I got no teeth, but all the enthusiasm. Gritty is an expression who comes out of a child's closet. Daddy! Well, there was a monster in your closet. He was tasty. You like cheesesteak? I don't know. I'm waiting for Gritty to do a crossover of the cast of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Or Scooby-Doo! Scooby-Doo is like the nostalgia critic. He will work with anybody. I would know. I said no slut-shaming at the beginning, didn't I? Here's a list of restaurants, followed by 9 Inch Nail lyrics that are now their new motto. Chipotle. Everything means nothing now. Cheesecake Factory. My whole existence is flawed. Taco Bell. Help me, I broke apart my insides. Chick-fil-A. You are the perfect drug. Versus its original motto, I'm too basic to know what good fried chicken tastes like. I hate gays enough to hurt my colon. Wendy's, bow down before the one you serve. You're gonna get what you deserve. Olive Garden, you think you're having all the fun. You know me, I hate everyone. Arby's, we will make it through somehow. Burger King, I wear this thorny crown. Burger King, I'd rather die than give you control. Cracker Barrel. Nothing can stop me now because I don't care anymore. Cracker Barrel, I pick things up. I am a collector. P.F. Chang's. I'm afraid of Americans. You guys are so fun. I had so much fun, but for God's sakes, can some of y'all shower? Thing is, Confunk is pretty tame this year, and I blame the cold, but convention body odor. Smash Brothers tournament body odor. It's not body odor. A gym bag versus a Sunday cosplay that you were still wearing from Friday is like a super soaker compared to a shotgun. So don't think of it as taking a shower. Think of it as the face of someone you hate and you're just scrubbing